Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to Dating Diaries with Raquel and Brittany.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, look who's back from the dead.
You know what?
What?
Keep on talking.
I am. That's why I said look who's back from the dead.
I could say a lot, but I'm just going to just sit here and just drink my drink.
Oh, okay. Hey, Brittany.
What up? Oh, sorry.
Are you going to be fighting with our guests again today?
No, but I will.
You know what? If I could call a bitch one more time.
Bitch, please, all right?
I called everybody a bitch right now.
Okay. We still have our wonderful guests, Mr. T. Welcome back to the show.
What it do?
Yeah, and then we have Dr. D. He is in his house.
What it do?
And we got the lovely Miss Savannah.
Hello.
Hola, chula, sexy.
I know, right?
Semana de la jalan? Oh, no, that didn't right.
Oh, my God. Anyways, so I think, to finish off the equality thing, I think what we were coming down to, and would you agree to this, Brittany, that if a man can just take care of their finances and handle their business, even though they may not make more than you, you'd be okay with that?
I guess. So I want to stop. So we can stop talking about it, I guess.
All right. So now that we're moving on from this controversial topic about money and all that, let's go into something even more controversial.
More?
What could that
What
be?
is that?
What could be more?
Dating in the workplace.
Oh my gosh!
That is what we're gonna be doing.
Not dating in the workplace.
okay
Yes,
over there,
dating
Brittany?
in the
Who,
workplace.
pray tell,
Are you okay over
has
there?
dated in the workplace?
I don't know.
Can I
Dre.
see a raise of hands?
I don't know, Dre, because I did.
Oh, I see two.
I think I'm
Do I
guilty of it
see
too.
three? Do I
Yep.
see three? Okay.
So I'm gonna since I'm a good host, I'm gonna go ahead and start off with Mr. Dr. D. What's up?
Hey. Yeah, dating in the workplace. So, recent experience. Very recent. It's weird to know you've had sex with your boss.
Oh.
That is weird.
Wait. Did
Somebody call HR.
Sex with your boss.
Yeah.
He wanted that raise.
Not all things are free.
Oh, damn.
But,
How did that happen? I'm just saying. Like, how?
He wanted to
so
be
you-
Employee of the Month.
no.
No one's putting in more work than Dr. Drew.
So, out of fairness.
Who hit on who first? That's my question.
That's true.
Well, okay, so in fairness, I think I probably flirted first.
Of course.
He's like, excuse me?
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
I probably flirted first.
You all
but
do
He
first.
I
Men
didn't make the
should.
first move.
Men should flip first.
Oh.
Why does that turn you off? That's not. I didn't make the first move.
So what was the first move that she made?
Being available, I guess.
How?
Being available.
You gotta explain what that means. Available, like
Like
Well,
she showed
because-
up to work on time.
She was always on time.
It's a natural
Matter of
aphrodisiac.
fact,
she came extra early to.
She takes her work very seriously, so that's important.
Wow.
Leadership qualities.
Great that she makes more money than me.
Oh,
Right.
look
She
at
does.
that.
She does make
Okay.
more money than me. Well, I mean, I'm a contractor, so she's paid every week.
Okay.
But yeah, so being available. So they used to always hold these like little functions after work or whatever, and then whenever alcohol gets involved, it's never a good thing.
Never.
So
Sometimes.
well, so
I
I
hear that
think
point.
it started off. We went to a function, group of people hanging out,
Mm-hmm.
but then people start to leave, and we ended up there still, and then I don't know. One thing led to another.
What did it lead to?
Oh, I think we know
Well,
what
this
it
led to it led to the bumping of phones, right? Like we got numbers and tickets, and it wasn't where she was just calling me to tell me, I need you to be at this job or whatever. No, it was like, hey, here's my personal number, use that. So okay, yeah. So it's not the work phone. So now you're like, oh, this is different.
Yes, it is. Were you
it
like
was.
super excited because she was your boss?
It's the person. I like her, right? She's a good person. So I think the excitement was that we started seeing each other like every other day at work. So now it's like, all right, you don't want everybody to know because, yes, then they think if she's giving me a contract, it's because I'm the boyfriend.
That's right.
But that's exactly what happened. Her boss found out, and he was like, how's the boo thing? And I'm like, oh. I was like, it's all downhill from here. But it wasn't.
And you're the boo thing?
I have a question. Did you guys sneak away to have sex like in the office and stuff?
We thought about it. We talked about it.
Oh my
But
God.
Good job, Dre.
We work mobile, so no.
Darn.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I was just
I'm
curious.
not that adventurous.
Dre's trying to not miss those hours. That's what he's trying to do.
Yeah, I want to get paid.
Yeah, he needs that money.
I'm still trying to make more money than her, right? So,
I am disappointed right now.
with
Why?
Because you guys didn't do it in the office. That's the whole point of dating your boss.
Wow, really?
Sounds like you had experience with that.
yeah, tell us,
Brittany.
Crickets.
Just saying crickets doesn't make crickets. all right?
Okay.
You have to answer.
Yeah.
Okay,
Let me just describe Brittany turning red right now. It's beautiful. It's beautiful, everybody.
I did. That's why I know it's fun.
Oh,
Okay.
there you go.
But the thing is,
So was the meetings like the meeting table ever the same
okay, but
afterwards?
the thing
or-
is, he wasn't my boss. We were equals. That's the
Okay.
the only difference
Peers.
is that was not. He was not my boss. We were both in the same position. But
What position was that?
How does that work?
Oh, it's a good one. That was some good stuff.
The over the
Good
desk
stuff.
position.
How did that work? It worked.
Wait a
great.
minute, did you have sex in the office?
Oh my God. Ew. Ew. Some kids just.
No, there was nobody
Workbook
there.
pages were
Just
stuck
us
together the next
two.
day.
Why is my pages 1 and 2 stuck together? Why is it jumping all the way to 3?
No.
Timmy, do you have that page? Yeah, I have it. It's not stuck together.
That's the excitement
He's like,
of getting
turn to
caught.
page 16. I can't. I physically can't.
What? No.
I'm not trying to miss that test. I'm like, come on.
So was it the excitement of getting caught? What was it?
Yeah, it was the excitement of getting caught. Like, oh, you never know. And the fact that you couldn't tell anyone because it was so taboo. You're like, no, because you're not supposed to date amongst your
Your
coworkers.
coworkers, yeah.
So the fact that we were, and then I'd be like, don't tell nobody. We're going to keep it a secret, you know. And then you would come in. But everybody kind of already knew because you're so goddamn obvious. But I almost got caught kissing him in my room one time, where another colleague walks in and his face is so close to my face, and I'm like, yeah, your breath doesn't smell your breath. And I'm like,
Nope, nothing.
trying to play it off. And then my friend says, hey, are you guys dating? Girl, he gay. We talking about So then the rumor went around that he was gay.
Oh, wow.
That's not true.
And that was a rumor I created.
There you go.
Nobody believed it.
No, he was a whore.
Oh,
He totally was.
It was like, he's
Looks
not
like he
gay.
was the only one.
He's the opposite of gay.
I was not the only one. The sad truth is that is.
Oh, you gotta tell what happened. As far as
Okay, so
why you guys break up?
Okay, so I didn't know he was with someone else. He said he was single and he was available all the time. It appeared like he was single because someone that's available at any time sounds like they wouldn't have anyone. I'm like, okay, cool. But come to find out,
he's a good juggler.
he truly is a great juggler. Ooh, he was a good one too.
We can tell because your eyes are
Man.
rolling in the back of your head.
The visions, the memories.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
we
She really
did.
felt that in her soul.
We did have
Or other
good
places.
times. He was so much fun. We had a lot of fun times. I think that's what it was.
So you'd be with him if he wasn't 2-timing or 3-timing.
No, I stayed with him after finding out he was a 2-timer.
That's how good he is.
That's how good it was.
That's
Wow.
how good it is.
I just couldn't stay long enough because I couldn't trust. So-
But now, like, pages 22 through 24 were stuck together. Some child snap.
Ah, those pages. No, but I guess okay, so he didn't come to work one day. And I knew that's not like him. He's a workaholic. He comes to work all the time. So one of my friends that works there too, I said, hey, he's not here. Something's not right. Oh, wait, hold on. No, that's a lie. I found out, okay, his girlfriend called me the night before and said, you're sleeping with my man. And I said, which one?
What's your man's name?
What's your man's name? Let's see if he's on my list.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. I knew who it was, but I didn't want to admit to her that she was right.
Right.
And she calls me and she tells me who it is, and she's like, "I can't believe you would break us up." And I just
Bitch, I didn't even know about you.
exactly. But no, instead of saying I didn't know, I played that stupid role. Like, yeah, I sure did. Isn't that fun? Ha ha ha. Too bad, so sad. Get over it.
Yeah.
Oh wow, cruel.
And then I laughed and I hung up. And then the next day he doesn't show up to work.
Oh.
So then I knew where she worked because we did some Googling and I knew her first and last name because she told me her
Wow.
first and last
She's like
name.
the FBI.
This is
She
crazy.
can find anything.
So I knew what school she was at. So I called the
she's
school
rolling up on the
acting like a
girlfriend at work.
parent. And then I said, I just said, I'm looking for so and so. She didn't come to. They said she wasn't there. So then I'm like, oh shit! Neither one of them came. Neither one of them went to work. This is crazy.
Murder suicide.
Oh my god.
I see
I
it.
was scared.
I see it already.
Oh, I was
Thinking.
really scared that that's exactly what was happening.
suicide,
So
definitely.
then one of my FBI friends, she's not a true FBI, but she
she likes
could
it.
be. She could find any information about anyone. And
That's you, bitch. What the fuck?
well, she's better than me.
Who? I want to know. Who?
My friend, you
Look,
know
her
which one.
friend, and that's
Okay, I'm
it. We're
sorry.
gonna leave that
We're
person
gonna go to
nameless.
Hawaii.
I'm
We're gonna
sorry.
go to
Nameless.
Hawaii with her.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Okay.
girl
So,
is.
I
stealth.
told her, like, hey, I need you to figure out why he's not here. So next thing you know, she finds his mugshot.
Oh,
That's right. I remember that. I remember.
Domestic.
But she does not. No. But that's not just
Solo mental.
his mugshot. It's
It's
her
hers too.
mugshot.
They both got arrested.
Domestic violence.
Yeah.
Domestic
She
violence.
beat his ass.
She did.
wow.
Both of them.
Both of them.
One had a black eye, I think. Who had the black eye?
He did. He did. She whooped his ass.
Yeah, she did.
So
But you gotta tell him what she did to his shit.
I don't know. She put soy sauce on everything. On his clothes, on his Xbox, on his TV,
Oh
everything.
wow, soy sauce. Huh.
What does soy sauce do?
Nothing.
It adds a
Just
little
like-
salty
But the soy
flavor
sauce
to
messes
my-
up your
It
electronics.
stinks
This is
everything
what
up.
that too, but this is what I would have done.
What would you have done?
I would have put bleach all over everything.
Me too. That's what I said. I was like, why did she put bleach? It
But at the
makes
same
no
time,
sense.
I wouldn't stay with that
why
person.
are we ruining all this equipment or stuff because
Clearly
of
out of
some-
anger.
The girl.
Okay,
Revenge.
here's why, and I totally understand her now. So, because I didn't leave him. Remember, I didn't leave him right after I found out all that. But then the more I stuck around, I started realizing how much she did for him.
Oh yes.
She paid for his college. She helped him graduate.
He was
got
living
him-
with her.
She was living with her. She got him the car that he was driving me
So
around.
this story is not. This is a very familiar story.
And
right?
so after
It really is.
that,
It's sad.
It feels a little like
Yeah.
she felt like
Is that
he
your
owed
story
her,
too?
And
No.
he was like, no, I don't owe
No.
you.
But I
No.
will say this: once I knew this, and I almost saw him trying to do the same thing to me. Because I remember there was a time where he asked me, "Do you think you can let me borrow money for food?" And
Never.
I said,
Oh hell
and I said,
no.
no. He didn't even say borrow. You think I could have money for food? And
No.
I said, I could let you borrow it, but that's a loan. So the loan works this way.
No, I can go out and get some food and come back and we can cook it. You
No,
know,
he
like-
No,
wanted
he didn't
money.
have any money for food.
And then I just said to him, no. I said, look, I can't. I have a kid. You don't. I don't know why you can't get a second job. Like, what's stopping you?
My own daughter asked. Well, she didn't ask me for food money because she knows better. My own daughter recently just said to me, "Dad, I don't have any money for food." I said, "Well, I eat dinner between 5 and 6. You and my always welcome here. Plus, I know my dad will buy her. You know, like
Yeah.
the idea of somebody asking someone else for money for food never sat well with me. Everybody who comes to the
doesn't.
table should eat, right?
It
Like here
doesn't.
today.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
I'm with you.
You know,
Well, but I realized how much she did for this man, and I think he wanted me to substitute. Like, he wanted me to be that. And
so is that the grass is always greener someplace else? I
It's
mean,
not.
that's crazy. He had all that going for him with her, and he just decides to throw it
Yeah,
away.
he throws it away, and I just couldn't. And I think after that, I just said to myself,
Why would you want to be with
why
that?
would I want to be with that? If he couldn't appreciate because I was a good woman. I was like, you couldn't appreciate a good woman. What makes
She
you?
beat his ass. I don't know how good.
I mean, he had it coming,
Listen,
okay?
when it's all said and done, she still beat his ass, right?
Yeah,
so,
but if they ever would have got into it as a couple, like she would have been able to hold it down. Like she could have defended the family, you know.
I'm just saying, he had it coming. I'm just saying.
something was astray, though. Why, you know?
I don't know what it was, but I just didn't want. I think after that, I just told myself, yeah, it hurt to leave because I still was like super in love with this dude, but I just told myself I'd rather hurt now than hurt forever because this is what this is gonna be. I can't trust this guy. He's no good. He did this to a woman that did
He'll
her
do it
most. He's gonna. I don't have no golden kitty. Like that ain't gonna work. Like come on. Like you're gonna do it to me too. So I think at that point, I remember just. I know I broke it off the most worst way you could break it up with anyone, but who cares? I still broke it off, and I just said to myself,
What was that? What was the most worst way?
I just texted him and blocked him.
That's not bad.
You know, okay.
That's more than you
okay.
deserve.
You know what? I couldn't. I just couldn't see
More
him
than
Could
you
have
face.
ghosted
deserve.
him.
But you know,
Yeah,
that was a
exactly.
cowardly way because I knew if I saw him face to face, I couldn't do it.
Oh, you were falling for it.
Yeah, and I just said to myself, the easiest way is not to see him
Yeah.
and not hear him. Because
Yeah.
if I hear him, I wouldn't be able to do it or see him. So I just did it the easy way.
You got to keep your eyes on the prize. The prize was not being with a loser.
Exactly. And it took, I mean, Raquel saw how much I was hurt after it, but it was like the best decision for myself.
Was there 5 steps of grieving or something like that?
And I don't know, but I was rocking, crying. It was some good stuff.
But did he make enough money? That's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
real
yeah. Could he
important
afford
question.
it?
We were making the same because we had the same position. Ah, you see, equal,
Ding, ding, ding.
equal.
But that still didn't answer Savannah's question.
What was
What
it?
position was that?
Oh my God.
Girl, it was all kinds of positions. It wasn't just the one.
Híjole, ve chingajo.
And then, man,
Sticky
man.
workbook pages.
Sex?
And then, okay, 5 years later, I find him on one of those dating apps, and
Oh no way.
I swiped. Was the right when you like him or
Yeah,
left when you like
right.
him?
Right to you
X.
like, left to your
Right.
so no.
So it was a right.
So you
So you like
I liked him, and then my friend Raquel, being the good friend that she goes, "Girl, you don't want to go back to that."
But you know, I don't know, 5 years, I would have at least like just checked in on it.
I just
And then be
wanted-
like, okay.
You know what I
She
wanted
said
him
hi
to
to him.
see? I just wanted him to see how I look
good
so
you're doing.
good. I was like,
Well, he
boy.
said something to you. No, he wrote you a text or something.
Yeah, he did.
What
and
did he
I never
tell you?
replied. He just said, "Hey, how are you? You look really nice. How's life?" And I was like, "Great, thanks." And I just
Ghost.
left it at that. Because
Wow.
after I talked to you, you made a really good point. I'm like, why do I want to go back to that?
Mm-hmm.
You know. But anyways, that I don't know how I started with that conversation, but yeah. What the heck
okay.
were we talking about? Oh my god.
Dating at work.
dating
Date-
at
oh
work.
yeah, and we
Putting
work
in work.
together.
That's
at
still
work.
your guy. That's your.
You
work
know
boo.
what? Never do it again.
Oh, and you know what? There's also the possibility that she might bump into him again because Okay.
Maybe.
Do they travel in the same circles? So to speak?
Yes, the same work circles.
But guess
Ooh,
what?
okay.
I'm his. What is the word? Superior.
Oh.
yeah.
Oh, now you
yes.
are. Now you
yes.
are.
So he wants
Yeah.
to sleep with you again. He wants to sleep with his boss. I still work with my boss, but I just don't sleep with her anymore.
So how do you guys do that balance with?
It's not. I just stay out of that bedroom. I just stay out of that room.
Wait, was there a conversation?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you ended it or she ended it?
I said I didn't want to sleep with her anymore, so I ended it.
So why did you end it?
Awkward.
Because I don't. Because I want the long term. And you know,
What did she say? Did she want the long
she
term?
called it friends with benefits.
Oh, ow.
Oh,
And-
wow.
But I didn't
Stab,
believe
stab,
her.
stab.
I didn't believe her. I still don't believe her.
Oh,
But the reality is, she, you know, beside her being my boss, we're probably better off just being more work related.
But why don't you believe her? Women
that she
tend
wa-
to be straight up. I'm
Because
sorry to say.
Because
He
friends with
thinks she's
benefits
still in
don't
love with her.
cry when you say, "Hey, I don't want this friends with benefits." They go, "Okay, next."
Okay, wait, say that again.
A
She
friend,
cried.
She cried.
a friend
And
with
that was a
benefits.
signal
Right.
that this
Yeah.
meant more.
Yeah.
I don't know about
Good job,
that.
Dre.
We cry
Good
when
job.
we are on our monthly. So maybe
No,
she was
she's
on her
not.
monthly. But
No, she cried at
No,
letting
she,
him go.
Yeah, she cried.
She
yeah.
cried. She cared about him.
Look at this. What she knew what this potential could have been.
But that's the thing. There's no potential.
But that
But and then she, but she
It's
screwed it up.
either,
Here's-
it's either in or out.
That-
You know?
Here is my thing with men don't want to believe this.
What?
But here's the thing.
Here we go, Dre.
Here it is, Dre. When a woman wants to be with you, she's gonna be with you. They're not gonna call it friends with benefits. They're gonna go all in. When they call it friends, and then I know it sucks when I say it because nobody wants to hear it. But when they say friends with benefits, it's because they never really saw you long term. They just had fun.
See, I think she was protecting her
No.
heart.
No, that's what you guys said to protect your ego.
I did not call it friends
wrong.
with benefit. Matter of fact, I said I don't want a friends with benefit. Right? I didn't. I want long
But if
term.
she wanted to be with you, she would have been with you. That's just how it is.
But maybe it's more complicated. Like, we don't know her story really.
Well, it's
The job is what's the whole part. It's your bread and butter. It's what helps you pay everything.
yeah.
That's
but I
true.
mean-
That's true.
What about bread and butter? Where is it? I don't know.
So I
think-
want to ask you on Dre, why is it that she said no to you? What was
do you mean?
the? Well,
No.
she said friends with benefits.
No, he said no.
I said no to friends
That's
with benefits.
his ego talking.
No,
It
but
could be,
no,
That's
not-
but
it
no,
could be, but
I
it's
think
not.
her question's a good one. Why?
Why do you think she didn't want more than just friends with benefits?
In the beginning, because she had long term before, but she didn't like the guy, right? He provided. Matter of fact, he provided, right? He could afford he could afford it all. But she calls him the fat bastard, right? Like so.
Damn.
That's her term.
Harsh.
Yeah, at this point. But
That
so
is harsh, yeah.
well, so she didn't love him. So the relationship I think we ended up having, because there was work involved and then there was caring involved and stuff like that, I think she was afraid, because I'm not trying to be a friends with benefit, but again, we're adults, right? And when we started that track, I'm like, okay, but our promise to each other was like, if you find yourself in a position that you think you're going to want to go someplace else sexually or romantically with someone else, you got to tell me, right? So now I'm not particularly ready to go romantic with someone else, but I also don't want to be that guy who's like, yeah, I've been, I got to go fix this over here before I can maybe start something out with someone else, right? It's easier for me to just say, hey, I'd rather just be friends and coworkers and stop all the other stuff, because I can see the emotions that's involved here.
On her side or just
Both.
your side?
Both. I mean, it's not.
Really?
That is so true.
Really, bro?
On his side.
Great timing,
Wow.
big dog. Great timing.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah.
Look, it could have been something like this, but that didn't happen. Or maybe it could have been ended something like that, and that didn't happen. But it ended with something like this, and they're still friends till today. So what's wrong with any of that?
I just have a hard time believing when
Go ahead and say it.
Spit it out.
When
Okay, I'm gonna spit
women
it.
When a
make
woman
a
women
decision,
say-
they don't want to pursue a relationship
Yeah, and when
with
they
a
say they're-
perfectly great man.
yeah, and it's because honestly when they use air, and I won't even air quote it, but when women say they're afraid, it's because they don't want to hurt your feelings and say I'm just not interested. So they use these other things to tell you. Because I'm gonna tell you this: when a woman wants to be with a guy, it doesn't matter. It could be like you could be the worst of the worst, but they're like, yeah, this is the dude I see in my future, regardless of how crappy he is. But when a woman says otherwise, and you're great, they don't know how to break your heart because you're great. You hit those
I
check
would have much
marks.
rather her break my heart than me break hers. Right? Like I would
I
much
think-
rather go through that.
Sometimes people genuinely can be afraid. Like,
I think she is. Right? And my thing was, because when we were just messing around, or friends with benefits, whatever you want to call it.
You could be afraid, but when you find that person that you're super in love with, you still are afraid, but you're still willing to put yourself in, and you're like, this I have this strong emotion, and it's totally worth my while, and I will freaking figure it out later if shit doesn't work out.
Well, so the other fear I have about women,
That's my
are the
theory,
one-
though.
Okay, is the ones who say I've never been in love, right? So if
They
you're,
probably haven't, though. Why can't you believe that?
well, I
that's
don't.
scary.
But then why would I take a chance that you may never be in love with me?
They're not.
So if you've never been in love, then I'm going to probably move on to someone else
That has that experience.
right, who knows love and wants that. When
So what made you take a chance to be with this one?
She's hot.
Because
I
you put
guarantee it.
yourself in there for a reason.
I wish I could answer that.
She's
She
hot.
is beautiful. She is a beautiful woman.
You
I knew
see,
it.
I was
I
right.
knew it.
Beauty
I knew
for
it.
men is a big thing.
But I
No,
find
bitch,
all
please.
women, I find all women beautiful for the same reason why I told you before.
Let me just say, but remember, what some men find attractive, other men may not.
Yeah.
Just like you, what your definition of a beautiful man might be, it might be ugly to somebody else.
We want to see a picture.
Yes, we do.
I can't do that.
No, and we'll tell you.
Hey, respect to Dre for doing
I
that.
can't do that.
Why
I
not?
agree. I agree.
Because you have a
Because
friend that is in the FBI that found the dude that you're talking
That
to
is exactly
mugshot
my
and
point.
her mugshot.
Exactly.
No.
Yeah.
Good job, Dre.
Just
Within
by
less
looking
than
at
a
a
few
picture,
hours.
we just want to see what she looks like. That's all.
All right, I think we're gonna have to end it at this point because people are getting nosy, and want to say thank you to everybody listening out there for joining us once again to our wonderful little controversy, and love all our fans out there. Phoenix, thank you. UK, the 2 or 3 people that are listening to us out there, thank you so much for continuing to listen to us. France, you're out there. UK, like I said, you're the best. Also have Japan out there. So everybody, thank you and have a great weekend.